Stitchless TV. Now today on Stitchless TV I want to show you how to use the Ultimate Ruffler for making frilly bits of trimming and for doing gathering and for doing pleats. Now I know it looks a bit scary, but honestly when you see how easy it is to use and how you can use it on almost all domestic sewing machines, you're going to be well impressed. I really am showing you this because it was sent to me to try out and I loved it. So, looks like that. Pretty scary, huh? But really, it isn't. Now, the first thing that we need to do is to release the foot that we have on our machine already. Now, on my machine, I simply press a button that's at the back, but I'll show you that. So at the back here, there's a little red button, and when I press it, the foot just drops down. Now, you may have a lever on yours or something like that, but you just refer to your manual. Now, when you've done that, you do this. Now, out of all these funny, complicated things here, the bit that goes onto your machine is there. Can you see that little bar? There's like a little bar there, isn't there? And you can just about make out that it's a foot. But before you do that, what you have to do is there's this grabby thing. Can you see that sort of grabby thing there? That, believe it or not, I've got to put that down, it grabs onto the screw nut thing here that holds your needle, that holds the needle shank in position. So that's that arm, okay? And that arm goes up and down like that. So the first thing we do is we sort of more or less get it in position, but what's more important is that we get the arm, that grabby thing, onto there. Then I need to lift up my sewing machine foot so that I can align it with that bar. And just like you would for any sewing foot, you drop it down to grab the foot. Okay, so I've got it so it grabs it on the foot. Now you need to look carefully at this part. Now, when I turn my needle, I've deliberately made it so it doesn't line up with the hole, it just hits the metal. Now, they've made it, Janome have made this Ultimate Ruffler Foot so that you can adjust it for all different machines simply by twiddling a little knob at the back. Now, remember, when you are setting it up to fit on your machine, you can adjust this screw and this screw. This one is sideways like that, and that one just gives you a little bit of going backwards and forwards. So we're at the back of the machine now. There's this knob here, which means I can slide the plate. Okay, so it's that knob there. So before I adjust the position, I put the foot so that the needle can go through the little hole that's down there, and then I tighten up that screw. Now when that screw is tightened, I can take the needle out, and I know that when I sew, it's not going to bash on a plate, it's going to go into that hole. So I'm just going to lift up the sewing foot now. Now we've got adjustable settings here for how frequently you want it to do a kind of pleaty thing and how deep you want it to be. So there are numbers on here and you just put it to the different settings. So I'm going to lift it up and we'll start off with this number 1 here, and I'll unscrew this so it's on its most open, and then we'll try that one first. Now when you put the fabric in, you've sort of got to put it in between the plates, okay, and then you slide it in. Now I haven't got it on its loosest setting here, but I have got it on the first one of these notches here, so you can see what it looks like. So I'm just putting my foot, I've got the foot dropped, okay, so I've put down the lever so the foot's dropped, and I just sew. So that is how that looks. So now I'm tightening the screw a little bit more, and I've changed from number 1, which means that the pleaty bits are really close together. I've gone past the second one and I've gone to the third one, okay? So you can have a look at what that looks like. Right, so I try and make the thread sort of go in between the plates as well. Get the fabric, so I'm putting it in between the plates. So it doesn't go underneath like that, because then it won't do anything at all. It's going in between the plates, okay? And let's see what that looks like. Now, with you lifting up and down the foot, always remember to drop it, because otherwise it's not going to work properly. And make sure, oh my dry finger, make sure that the thread sort of goes underneath there. Now this doesn't go underneath the foot, because then it won't do anything. You've got to put it in between the plates, drop the foot, okay? And then, so for this one I've tightened up the screw and I've moved it to 3 in on this kind of notchy thing. Now look at that, you get these sort of perfect pleats. So by my adjusting this, it's making the pleats deeper or not so deep, and by my adjusting this one here, it's doing the frequency of the pleat. So I'm going to put it on the number 2 setting now, and I'm going to make this nut even tighter. Now look, that really is very good. But what I also like about it is that I wonder if I go away and press that, will that look like a pleated trim? You've got to see this. This is amazing. So I pressed it, and look, I've got these fantastic pleats. That seriously is good and has so many possibilities. Right, I feel like I should tell you how to get it off again, okay? So what you do is you press that, you lift up your foot, press the button so it releases it, and then you can just gently take it out, get your old foot, and then it goes back on like that. So that is the Ultimate Ruffler from Janome UK. There are many different types on the market, but from what I hear, because this isn't really cheap, but from what I hear, the springs on this are very, very good. It's made in Japan, lasts a long time, and it's adjustable for lots of different sewing machines. Now I know how they did the pleated frill on one of my favourite blouses, this vintage blouse here. Thank you so much for watching. Now if you have any more questions about what this Ultimate Ruffler Foot can and can't do, then comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. If you do subscribe, click on that little bell so you get notifications of new videos. Good, isn't it? Thank you so much for watching. See you again very soon. Bye.